Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing on today? I'm super duper excited. I am fangirl and I get to hang out with Lorna Lewis. And guys, let me just tell you, her latest release, it is hot off the press. It is highly anticipated. Are you ready? It is a sky full of love, guys. It is live and in color. This has been the book buzz. Okay, this is a summer read of summer reads. I'm gonna need y'all to go and get you a copy. And guess what, guys? We have the author herself hanging out with us today, and she just might spill a little bit of tea. But you guys already know what to do. Like, tag, and share. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Come on down to the cafe because we're hanging out with author Lorna Lewis on today. Not only that, guys, grab your favorite beverage, pull up a seat, tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's get ready to spill a little bit of tea. Lorna, oh my goodness, my friend, and welcome to the cafe.
Thank
Introduce
you.
yourself to the people.
Well, as Angela said, I am Lorna Lewis, the author of A Sky Full of Love, which was birthed out of love. Thank you
Ooh,
so much for having me, Angela. This is actually my third time with you.
yes, girl,
I
third time
love
at
coming to the
the
cafe.
cafe.
I
I
love
love
it.
it. And Lorna, oh my goodness, my friend, you know you have to you gonna have to spill some tea for us. Oh my
I'm
goodness.
ready.
So first, Lorna, I'm a cover girl, so we gotta talk a little bit about the cover. We gotta talk a little bit about the title, and then we'll kind of get into it a little bit, my friend. But first, tell us a little bit about this title. And oh my goodness, guys. I want for you to share with us a sky full of love. Spill some tea. Was this
Okay.
the original working title, or did this title come along a little later?
That title came along a lot later.
Oh, a lot later.
We had where I'll say I had so many titles for this book. And after I was signed with Lake Union, I was working with a publisher, and that was the title that they came up with. And in the beginning, I was kind of, I wasn't really sure about the title.
Uh-huh.
Because for me, A Sky Full of Love, when I thought about it back then, I was thinking romance and just light reading. And
Okay.
as you know, this not really light reading, okay?
It's good though, y'all. It is good.
It's
Okay.
good. I agree. I may be a little biased, but I do agree. But it's not your, romance and the flowery reading. That's what I thought about when A Sky Full of Love. But as I was working through my edits, and I came across a scene where Nova, who's the main character, Nova was standing at the window, and it was night, and she was having a moment, like having a real deep, deep, deep moment. And she needed some connection with her family. She needed something. She was like, she just needed something. Adam had taken everything away from her. So as she looked out the window, and like I said, it's dark, she looks up at the sky, and she looks up at the moon and the stars. And it comes to her that the only thing in that moment that she can share with them is that the sky, the moon, the stars. No matter where she is, no matter where they are looking at the same moon, the same stars. So after I worked through that scene, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. A Sky Full of Love, because the whole book is about the connection with the family. Nova and her family reconnecting again. So that's
Yes.
the background behind that title.
I love. Well, thank you for spilling the tea, guys. If you're just joining us, let me just tell you: if you have not done so already, I'm gonna need you to tell a friend to like, tag, and share. Because Lorna Lewis is hanging out with us today, guys, and it's her latest release. And guess what? It's available in ebook, A Sky Full of Love. I got it there. It's available in print. Oh my
Mhm.
goodness, guys! And book clubs. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the tea. This book right here, it is so much to talk about. It is you're gonna want to talk to somebody after you read this book as well. Lorna, we have Myra Cook hanging out with us on today. Hey,
Hi,
Myra, thank you
Mama.
for joining us. Oh my goodness, guys, we got
Hey,
Lachelle Weaver
Michelle.
hanging out with us. Okay, See, Lachelle don't spill some tea. She told y'all she saw it last night and she is already hooked. Y'all know how I say that the authors, they hit you with a headliner. That's how Lorna starts this book, A Sky Full of Love. She hits you with a headliner. Okay, she wastes no time at all. We have Jennifer Copeland hanging out
Hi,
with us today.
Jennifer.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. You told us a little bit about the title, A Sky Full of
Mhm.
Love. I want to know, what was it like for you for the cover? Did you have any input with this cover? What was it like when you saw the final cover? Tell us a little bit about the cover of A Sky Full of Love.
So it was two different covers they sent. It was really, no, it wasn't two different pictures. It was the font that was different. So I did get to
Oh,
choose
okay.
which one of those I wanted, but I fell in love with the cover. As soon
Okay.
as I
Okay.
saw, because I'm obsessed with skies. I don't know, it's something
Yeah.
about me in a sky, a beautiful sky. I was
Yeah.
stopped to the
Yeah.
picture, So when I saw this cover, I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah,
Mm,
I loved
yeah.
it.
Yeah. And
They
even that
really hit
kind
it
of
out the
the little bit of pinks and reds in there with the sky.
park.
God, let me just tell you, yeah, this book is wow. It's a wow factor. That was one of the things that I wrote down. This book is a wow factor. And
Thank
it's
you.
one of those books that there are pull at your heartstring moments. And okay, first of all, if y'all know anything about Lorna, she's gonna give you a little soap opera-ish. She's gonna give you a little drama. She's gonna give you things that pull at your heartstrings, like, oh my goodness, what do you do? Like, she's gonna put you in that dilemma where it's just like, wow. Like, I mean, can you say a rock in a hard place? Okay.
That's what
Uh,
I love.
but Lorna,
That's
we
what I
love that
love.
about your writing. We love that about your writing, y'all.
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
tell you, it's like edge of your seat because I mean, what do you do? I'm just gonna put it out there, Lorna. What do you do when you've been kidnapped
Mm-hmm.
and you've been gone 15 long years,
Long
and
years.
your sister has married your husband? Okay, we're gonna leave it right there, guys. I'm gonna leave that scene. Okay, and see, I'm telling you, she hits you with a headliner as well. Oh my goodness, guys, we have Nicole hanging out with it. Yes,
With the
Nicole. I
color.
mean, you're gonna bring the tears. Just all the feels, guys. Just all the feels as well. And I totally agree with Nicole. She was like, Lerner would give you a buffet of emotions. I love that. I love that. Guys,
I
you're
write
just
what I like to read. That's what I like
yes.
to read.
I love it. I love it, guys. Let me tell you, if you're just joining us, we are just starting, and Lorna is spilling a little bit of tea about her
Mhm.
new book, A Sky Full of Love. Now, Lorna, I want to ask you this, my friend. What
Okay.
inspired this story? Because I mean, wow, this again, it's a wow factor read. It's those moments that pull at your heartstring. I mean,
Mhm.
where did this plot come from? I mean, were you ear hustling? I mean, hey, you were sitting somewhere and you heard somebody talking
Mm-mm.
about it. I mean,
This
tell
was
me.
real life. This was real life.
Okay.
In a way. In a way.
Okay.
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 If you know, on the first page, on the dedication, I dedicated to my parents
Mhm.
because I always say that my parents inspired this story. They
Oh.
didn't know they inspired it, but they did. So my mom passed in 1990. I was 13. When my mom passed, I think my 13-year-old mind needed something to hold on to, a possibility. That's what I was looking for, a possibility that diagnosis, that outcome was not true. So I was like, well, what if she really didn't pass? What if a doctor fell in love with her because she was a lovable person? What if a doctor fell in love with her and took her and told us that she passed? So this
Oh.
is what I'm thinking, not the ideal situation for my mom, of course, but for me, I'm thinking she could still come back. She could still come back if she's kidnapped. She can't come back from death. She can come back from being kidnapped.
Yeah.
So that idea popped in my head during that time. And I realized that the mind is a powerful thing. No matter how old you are, the mind will do what it needs to do and say what it needs to say in order for you to cope. So at
Yeah.
13, that was my coping mechanism, making up a story that fit my agenda. So years later, my dad married. My dad remarried. And so that's when the second part of that story came. So it's like,
Wow.
okay, because throughout the years, I'm still thinking of my mom. What if my mom really is out there somewhere? What if she's
Wow.
really out there somewhere? Now I'm grown. I have children. Will my mom even know me? if she did come out, would she know who I am? So
Yeah.
all of this is playing in my head. All right, so my dad remarried. So now it becomes okay. Now what is he gonna do if my mama come back? Because you remarried now. Do you stay with your wife? Do you go back to the wife you thought you left? It's
Yeah.
just, and then also thinking how my dad always had this need to take care of. He took care of my mom. If my
Wow.
mom came back from being kidnapped and she came back into a world that she did not know and she was lost and confused and she needed help, I couldn't see him not needing to be there to help her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then what does that do to your marriage?
Oh,
Because you
wow.
have this need to be here to help the wife you thought you lost.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that's what all of that came from. Now, of course, my daddy didn't marry my aunt. Let's clear that up. But he did remarry.
Wow. Oh my
Yes.
goodness. And the plot thickens, guys. If you're joining us, as you can see, Lorna is spilling the tea today. We're talking about her new release, guys, that is hot off the press. And let me just tell y'all how hot off the press this is. If you go to Amazon, this book has thousands and thousands of reviews already, and it just released. The official
That blew
release
me
was
away.
this week, or the 27th, like very recently just released. But guys, let me tell you, from the
June
early
1st,
readers, from
actually.
those who got an early copy of the book and read it,
Hmm.
let me just tell you guys, they are raving about this amazing story that's called A Sky Full of Love. And hold tight, guys, because Lorna will be sharing a little snippet with us. Not
Yes.
only that, we'll be sharing with you how you can get your hands on a copy of A Sky Full of Love. And guys, let me just tell you, here at the Literary Cafe, this is one that you do not want to miss. You want to make sure that you do not have the fear of missing out. Go ahead and get you a copy. Now,
Please
Lorna,
get
I
your
want
copy.
to ask you this, my friend.
Hmm.
Okay. And you talked about it just a little bit, but we want to get a little clarity.
Okay.
What came first?
Okay.
Was it these characters or was it the plot?
It was definitely the plot.
Okay. Okay.
Definitely the plot. Because back then, when the whole kidnapping scenario played, I was 13. And like I will always say, I wasn't one of those people who grew up thinking, oh, I want to be a writer one day. So even as that story was being created in my mind, I wasn't thinking, oh, I may write this story one day. No, like I said, it was really just a coping mechanism. So
Wow.
I didn't even start writing till I was married. That's when I wrote my
Wow.
first novel. So that's how long it was between this thought and me starting to write. So
Wow.
yeah, the plot
Wow.
definitely came first.
Yeah. Now, Lorna, we got to get into these characters a little bit. Okay. Okay. So, and I'm like, man, who do I start with? Okay. Okay. We're going to take it here. Let's start with the daughter, Sky.
Sky.
What can
Mhm.
you tell us about her character?
Sky is your typical 17-year-old. Sky is wrapped up in her own world. She's in high school. She's an athlete. She's comfortable. She knows her mom. She knows Nova, but knows Nova through the eyes of the story she heard from her dad. So she knows Nova through her dad's eyes, through her aunt's eyes, through her grandmother, through people, the stories. But she was 2 when her mom left. So of course she don't remember her mom like that.
Mm.
So Sky is now that Nova's back, Sky is going through this change, huge change, because she connected to her aunt. Her aunt, all of her life, has been her mom.
Right.
So, it's do I, again, the same dilemma I said my daddy would have, Sky would have. Do I try and get close to my mom? If I do, would it hurt my aunt? Do I try and, stay and distance myself from my mom to protect my aunt?
Yeah.
That's a lot for a 17-year-old
Yeah.
to have to juggle and think about. And just the changes that's going through the family period is a lot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Look, and we have to talk about the mother, Martha. What can you tell us about her? Because she loved her girls. But
Mhm.
yeah, what can you tell us about Martha?
Martha is your typical Southern mom.
Yes.
She loves to bake. She loves to take care of people, and she loves her family fiercely.
Yes.
And losing Nova took a piece of Martha, of course, as any parent could imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So for Martha, it was clinging to Leah. Leah was the only child she had left. So, Leah was, in a sense, her rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, how do you now, just like with Sky, how do you now, because all of them really are, even though it's not the intent, Nova's coming back throws all of them in the middle of chaos.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're happy she's back, but
Right.
it disrupts the life they created for 15 years
Yeah.
without her.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's, pulling her into this life that they've all lived and created, and the memories they made. They have a life and a family that does not include Nova. So now we
Yeah.
have to figure out how to include Nova. Even Martha, as a mom, she wants to take care of her daughter. She wants to protect her daughter. But you also have Leah, who's been here for 15 years,
Yeah.
and you want to protect her feelings as well. So yeah, it's a lot for Martha, whole thing. It's a lot.
And Lerner, they doing this dance to kind of keep this secret a secret.
Yes, yes. Because imagine if you've been locked up for
Woo!
15 years. It's only so much people are gonna want to tell you at one time.
Yeah.
If you've been locked up for 15 years, they have to break news to you in bits and pieces because
Yes.
it would be
Yes.
too overwhelming. So she'd already heard some bad news in the hospital. So
Yeah.
now, it's like, okay, well, we're gonna have to space this out. We can't tell her we're married yet.
Yeah. Just yet.
Just yet, yeah. And just yet turned into days, of course, because nobody want to tell that.
Right.
Nobody wants
Like
to.
we don't want to touch that.
No. And then it's the fear of losing her all over again, even if it
Yeah.
isn't physically, emotionally. They don't want
Yeah.
to lose her emotionally. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So okay, you see, I'm kind of trying to ease up into these characters and what have you. So we started with the daughter Scott, we started with the mother
Mm-hmm.
Martha. Okay, my friend. All right, let's talk about Quentin.
Quentin. Okay.
Woo! Now listen.
Quentin has lived for 15 years. He's lived in guilt,
Oh
really,
yeah,
for 15 years because when Nova was kidnapped, she was with him. They had gone away for the weekend. And he's always blamed himself because he felt like, he should have been there. He's
yeah,
her protector. He was her husband. He should have
yeah,
been there for her, but he wasn't. Which,
yeah,
as you saw, he was very, very overbearing, even though that
yeah.
wasn't his intent with
Right.
Sky.
Yeah,
He has to protect Sky, and his protection comes across as him being too overprotective and
yeah.
overbearing and smothering her. So
Mm-hmm.
he's that dad. Quentin, he don't really remind me of my dad in a sense. He does not remind me of my dad because my dad wasn't smothering, but
Mm-hmm.
he was very overprotecting. And in some cases, I believe he was overcompensating for the fact that my mom wasn't there.
Yeah,
So he spoiled me a little. And I think that that's what Quentin does with Sky too. He kind of spoiled her a little because that's his baby and she grew up without her mom.
mm-hmm.
And he blames
Mm-hmm.
himself for that. So
Yeah,
that's Quentin. He's the typical alpha male.
yeah. Look, and speaking of Quentin, okay, we got to talk about Leah. We got to talk
Mhm.
about Leah. Wow, I'll just say wow. But okay, tell us about Leah's
Okay.
character.
Leah is the baby of the family. Leah is Nova's younger sister. Leah and Nova are like night and day.
Yeah,
Nova was the loud one, the party girl, the life of the
y'all know
party. Yes, you gonna walk. She gonna walk in the room, and her presence is gonna announce her.
it's gonna be known.
Right. Whereas Leah is more, she's quiet. She's the studious one. She's the rational
Yeah,
one. She's the Nova. You really should not do that one. That's Leah. So when Nova left, when Nova was kidnapped, Leah stepped in as the family support. It
yeah,
was almost like if she took it upon herself to feel like it's my job to take care of my mom, take care of my dad, take care of Sky, my
yeah,
sister's daughter, take care of Quentin because he's falling apart,
yeah,
and not really take care of Leah because Leah don't have time to take care of Leah. And then when you think about it, imagine her being the youngest person, the youngest one in the family. I know in small towns, maybe in any town, most people are going to be like, well, how's your mom? How's your dad? How is Quentin? He lost
Yes,
his wife. How's Sky? Nobody's really asking, how's Leah?
Leah.
So Leah, and she grew into that role. She became a therapist because Leah, I believe, got really comfortable with working with everyone else's problem
Right,
because she didn't necessarily have to deal with her own.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's Leah.
Yes. And of course, you got to tell us a little bit about Nova character. You shared a little bit when you was talking
Mhm.
about Leah's character. Of course, guys, they are definitely night
Yeah.
and day as well. But what are some things, if you had a few words to describe Nova, what would you tell us about her?
So which version of Nova am I describing?
Ooh, see, yes,
Because
whichever
that would
scene
be
you
a
want to
different
feel,
answer.
because you know what, there is two different
Mhm.
versions of Nova as
Yeah.
well. So look, so
Yeah.
do tell.
Okay, so like I said, the Nova before was outgoing and just the life of the party. She was the fun one. She was the
Yeah,
energetic one. That was the Nova before. The Nova
yeah,
in this
but
room is withdrawn, of course.
yeah,
Is Nova feels like in this room, Nova, in order to survive, she have to lose all emotions.
yeah,
She cannot
yeah,
survive in that room with emotions because it's
yeah,
too much. So she can't feel outside of the room, she's feeling all the feels
all the
because
feels.
she's afraid, she is confused, she is, she's happy.
Yeah.
She's all these things all wrapped up in one, and she's not really sure what to do with any of this.
Wow, wow.
Especially imagining the world that she's coming back to, because Nova was on a farm for 15 years,
Yeah,
isolated from
yeah.
everything. So
And
yeah.
being told when she could do certain things, when she could go
Exactly.
outside,
She
when
didn't
she
have to
could come
think
back.
about anything. There was nothing
Yeah,
to think about. And now you're out and you're being asked to make decisions. As
yeah.
simple as, do you want to eat? That was
Do
never
you
a
want to eat?
choice for 15 years. Do you want to eat wasn't a choice.
Wow,
So
wow.
yeah.
Lorna, oh my goodness. When you think about all of these characters that make up A Sky Full of Love, and guys, if you're just tuning in, we are hanging out with author Lorna Lewis. Let me just tell you, it's highly anticipated. It's the summaries of summaries. It is called A Sky Full of Love. If you have not gotten you a copy of this book, what are you waiting for? But hold tight, because we'll be sharing with you just a bit how you can receive a copy. It's available in print. It is also available in ebook as well. But Lorna, when you
And
think
audio.
about these, oh, and audio, okay, y'all, for the audio girlies out there, for the audio people lovers, let me tell you, it's available in audio as well. Lorna, when you think about all of these characters in this particular book, is there a character that was kind of fun for you to write? But then on the flip side, was there a character that was a little more complex for you to flesh out? Tell us about that.
Oh, fun to write. Uh,
You're like, maybe not.
I don't
How about interesting to write?
interest. Okay. But I wouldn't even say fun or interesting. I'll just tell you the character that I loved writing.
Ooh,
And that's the
okay.
character
So the
that
see,
we hadn't even talked about. And it's the character that I love the most, but I
okay.
never talk about him, and that's Lance.
Ooh,
I
this
love,
girl spelled T on Lance. How
I
can we
love
forget
Lance.
Lance?
I love Lance. Lance and Nova were best friends since childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Lance and Nova, split ways because Nova was with, as they grew older,
Yeah.
Quentin wasn't really feeling you having this male
Mm-mm.
best. Okay.
Mm-mm.
So Nova chose love over friendship. So she and Lance, they weren't as tight anymore. But
Right.
coming back, she don't have Quentin. She's lost a lot. And so Lance is there.
Yeah.
Lance becomes her person.
Yes.
And so he's just the best friend. I just love him.
Ooh.
Even though once you read the book, you'll find out that Lance is dealing with his own stuff. But he's dealing with some stuff. Lance was
Yes.
a football
He
player. He played for the for the New Orleans Saints. So coming back from playing professional football, Lance saw some things, experienced some things, and yeah, he's going through some things himself. But he's still
Wow.
there for Nova. So I
Oh my
love him.
goodness. Well, guys, Look, hearing a little bit about these characters, let me just tell you, you will be on the edge of your seat for this novel. From the beginning to the end, this novel is a good one, guys. I need you guys to go and get it. And of course, once you guys read it, definitely leave a review as well. I know that
Please.
Lorna will be so appreciative. And
Yes.
speaking of that, guys, she's just going to give us just a little bit, just a little snippet, enough to wet our whistle. So, Lorna, I'm going to allow you, my friend, to kind of set the stage for us. Tell us
Okay.
a little bit about what you're going to read, and then you can start reading when you're ready.
Okay. So the part I'm going to read is the beginning. Nova is still in this room, and she's at a low point right now
Mhm.
because something happened. So once you read it, you'll see what, other than the fact that she's locked in this room, what put
Right.
her in this place today when you meet
Yes.
her today.
Okay.
All right. So let me get comfortable.
Okay.
Let's see, where was I starting? Okay, here we go. The weight of loneliness settled like a stone in my chest. An emotion I'd fought for years not to feel came back, but I didn't have the strength to push it aside. This time, I didn't close my eyes and make myself go to another place when Mama's face appeared. Instead, I gave into the vision and closed my eyes so I can fully submerge myself in the thought of Mama. This had to be a movie, and Mama was the star. I saw her moving around her kitchen, humming and smiling as she always did when she was cooking or baking, especially during the holidays. I'd heard the sound of one of her old songs playing through the small radio that sat in the kitchen window. I smelled the sweetness that flowed from the oven, and then I saw myself leaning my head on Mama's shoulder as she filled my mouth with a piece of her warm, buttery cake. I saw Daddy dancing into the room, grabbing Mama's hand and twirling her around as they often did. He told her that nothing in that kitchen was as sweet as she was. He then looked over at me and mouthed, "Except you," then wink. Daddy and I laughed every time he did that, and Mama would swat his shoulder, knowing he'd said something smart. I didn't try to stop the tears as they flowed harder than ever. My mind drifted to Leah, and the ache that never left grew stronger. My Leah. Mama said I called her that so much that when she was younger, that people thought that was her real name. I could hear Leah's laugh when we'd sneak away to our room and mock Mama and Daddy. There was so much I still had to tell her, so many dreams we were supposed to fulfill together. I couldn't help but wonder if she found a replacement sister. Was there someone else she told her secrets to? I exhaled at the thought. I couldn't do it anymore. I needed to retreat to my cocoon of nothingness. The thought of my husband was so strong that I smelled the spicy cologne that he used to drown himself in. Did he move on with someone else? Was there another woman raising my, and then I couldn't think of anything except my baby girl. I often dreamed of her. At least I thought it was her. The fact that I had no idea what my daughter looked like now was almost suffocating. I leaned my head against the wall with the notebook and pen still on my lap. I opened my eyes and threw myself back into my world. A world where there was no mama, no daddy, no sister, no husband, and no daughter. In my world, there was only me. I picked up the pen again and stared down at the paper. My family may never read any of these entries I'd written over the years, but that didn't stop me from writing. In the closet, there were stacks of notebooks I filled. I kept them pushed behind the wool coat and boxes that held more women's clothes. I could only assume those things belonged to Adam's late wife. The closet, which smelled like mothballs and dust, was one place Adam never bothered. I'd hoped the notebooks would be safe there. In the beginning, Adam monitored everything I did and wrote. Back then, it was too painful to even think about my family, so writing about them was out of the question. Besides, I didn't want to share anything about my family with him. He didn't deserve to know about them. So my earlier notebooks were filled with pictures that made me happy: a son, a big house that reminded me of my parents, rain. I loved the rain. I missed the rain. I'd forgotten how it felt to stand outside and allow the rain to tap against my skin. As the years passed, Adam was less interested in the notebooks. I never knew when I'd get one. Every now and then, he'd throw one on the bed and wait for my forced words of gratitude. I was probably wasting my time on these messages anyway. But if my family ever got a chance to read them, I'd want them and everyone else to know that I never stopped fighting to get home. There you go.
Oh my goodness, guys. And there you have it. Just a little bit of a sky
Yes.
full of love. If you want more, I definitely get you a copy. It's available in ebook, print, and audio book
Yep.
as
Nadia.
well. And of course, guys, we are getting ready to play a round of this or that. But before we do that, I want to ask Lorna this. Lorna, when you was getting ready to write some of the emotional segments of this book, or because there are some emotional traumas and stuff
Mhm.
in this book, or what have you, how did you prepare as a writer for those particular scenes? Can you share a little behind the scene for us?
I think, and I talked about this not too long ago. I think I've over the years I've become really really good with compartmentalizing my feelings,
Okay.
which worked for this book because I was able to remove myself just enough not to totally get, of course I felt it, but not so much that I was drowning in it. And also, I don't know if I wrote any chapter like all the way out in one sitting. So I would
Okay.
stop, I would break it up, do something else, come back, continue. So but sometimes during some scenes I had to keep going because they were so emotional and you want to keep that emotion
Okay.
going and I didn't
Yeah.
want to break it. So even if it meant okay, later on I'm gonna have to go outside and just take a breath, then I would do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But none of them really brought me down so much because like I said, I was able to kind of put myself on the outside looking in. So I didn't really allow myself to go there, if that makes sense.
Wow.
I was able to control my thoughts
Wow.
or my
Wow. Thank you
emotions,
so
I
much
guess
for
I should say.
sharing that with us. Guys, if you're just joining us, and Lachelle said that's a great tip for
Yeah.
writers as well. Guys, if you're joining us, we're hanging out with Lorna Lewis, hot off the press, A Sky Full of Love. Guys, let me just tell you, it's a good one, okay? It is a good one. So, of course, Lorna, you know we have to play a round of this or that, my friend.
I
I promise
know.
you, no right or wrong answer. It is all things according to you. Are you
Okay.
ready, my friend?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Okay, Lerner, tell the people, night owl or morning person? Morning person or night owl?
Oh, night out for sure.
Okay, okay. All right, Lerner, we are it's spring or summer? Spring or summer?
Spring. I live in
Okay.
Louisiana. No, no summer. It's
No,
hot. Spring.
I love it. Okay, now Lerner, are you a flip-flop girly or are you a sandals? Flip-flop or sandals?
Mm. I'm gonna say flip flop.
Okay,
I'm gonna say flip
okay.
flop.
All right. All right, we are hanging out on the beach. Do you have your straw hat or your shades? Straw hat or shades?
I have both. I have
Okay.
my straw hat and my shades.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Now, Lerner, you gotta share with us. We are going on a road trip. Are we taking a road trip or plane ride? Road trip or plane ride?
Oh, no, we going on the road trip. If I can help it, if I can help it, I'm gonna be in our car.
Okay. I love that. I love that. And then, Lerner, please share with us here at the cafe, my friend. Are you team tea or are you team coffee?
Coffee, most
Okay. I
definitely.
love that. I love that. Thank you so much, Lerner, for playing around of this or that with us
Yeah, that
on
was
today.
fun.
And now, for one of the moments that you guys have been waiting for, there is a giveaway. I am
Mhm.
going to allow Lorna to share with us what her giveaway is going to be on today.
Okay, so my giveaway today is a signed copy of A Sky Full of Love. So if you already have your copy, which I really hope you do, and you want to give your copy to someone else, I can sign this one for you. So that is the giveaway.
I love that. I love that. Oh my goodness, guys, that is an amazing giveaway. And you will want to get your hands on a copy on it. And not only is it going to be a copy of it, it's going to be an autographed
That's
copy
right.
of a Sky Full of Love. Okay, Lorna, I'm going to get you to help me out, my friend.
Okay.
And of course, guys, to be in the running, you would have had to have made it a comment. We are getting ready to go up and down the comment section. And when Lorna tell me when to stop, that person will be the winner of a giveaway of a autographed copy of A Sky Full of Love. Lorna, I am ready when you are, my friend.
All right, I'm ready. Stop.
Okay. 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 Myra, today is your day, my friend. And she was like, I want more when you was reading it. Myra Cook, you are the
Oh, she's
winner, my
getting
friend.
more.
So, yeah, so if you will inbox me, you will be able to get more because you won an autographed copy of A Sky Full of Love. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Nice.
Learner, the time goes by so fast, my friend. I've had an
It
amazing
does.
time hanging out with you, talking about your new release, my friend. And of course, the people want to know. Please share with them how can they get their hands on a copy. And again, guys, I'm gonna let you know it's available in audiobook, ebook, and print. And Learner is
That's
going to
right.
share with us how you can get your hands on a copy.
You can order from wherever books are sold, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Walmart, wherever you want to order, wherever you feel comfortable ordering from. You can order your copy in, like she said, like Angela said, you can order paperback, ebook, audible, or all three if you want. If you would like to donate one,
I
buy
love
one,
it.
get two for a friend.
Look, books make great gifts, by the
They
way.
do. Yes.
I love that. I love that. And Learner, my friend, you have to share with us how can we stay connected with you?
Please do. All my socials is Lorna Lewis. So Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Lorna Lewis. I love to hear from readers. My inbox is so funny because people are inboxing me. They going off on characters. Some people will inbox me their prediction because they hadn't gotten to the end yet, so they want to make a prediction. And of course, I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me know how it turns out.
Okay.
So I
I
love that.
love
So
that.
please stay in touch.
I love that. And Lorna, is there a website that they can go to and sign up for a newsletter, anything like that? Do share. Mhm.
It is Lorna Lewis, lornalewis.com, www.lornalewis.com.
I love that. Look, we have to share. Look what Nicole said. She was like, "Yep." I love it. I
So
love
yeah,
it. Now, this
she's
is a
one of the
great
ones who was
question.
calling.
Learner, this is a great question. Kimberly wants to know: are you currently on tour for A Sky Full of Love? Are you doing any in-person or virtual tour stops for this amazing book?
I do not have any stops planned, but I am not opposed to coming somewhere. So
All right.
if she planned a book club meeting or a bookstore events, I will be there. So,
I
but I
love
don't have
that.
anything
I
planned right
love
now.
that. So, guys, did you hear that? Book clubs. If you know of your book club, grab this book to read as well. Also, if you know of any bookstores that have authors to come out, definitely give them a little word about A Sky Full of Love
Mhm.
as well. Lorna, thank you so much for hanging out with me, my
Thank
friend. Oh
you.
my goodness, it has been amazing hanging out with you. I want to ask you this last question, and of course, we're going to also allow you the final words too. But what do you want readers to take away from A Sky Full of Love?
Mm. I want readers to take away from A Sky Full of Love the power of forgiveness, the power of steadfastness.
Mhm.
Don't give up because we all go through some things. I say that I can identify with Nova because we both had to fight through storms we didn't ask to receive. So, and I believe that that goes for a lot of us. We have to fight through some things, but don't give up because it is beautiful on the other side of the fight, but you just have to get through the fight. And Nova didn't give up 15 years. Nova could have found a way to end it, but she didn't
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
she held on to hope that one day she would see her family again.
Yes.
So just keep
Yes.
going. That's what I hope they really get from that. Just keep going.
Just keep going. Wow.
Mhm.
Guys, let me just tell you, you have heard from author Lorna Lewis, her new release, hot off the press, A Sky Full of Love. And definitely make sure that you stay connected with Lorna Lewis. You can go to her website. You can stay connected with her on social media, all of that
Mhm.
good stuff. And like I said, once you read A Sky Full of Love, not only read it for yourself and leave a review, but tell a friend to tell a friend about
Tell us.
this a great
Yes.
story as well, because you will want to have someone to talk to about this a story as well. And of course, Lorna, we're going to allow you, my friend, to have the last words of what you want to say to the people.
First of all, I want to thank you for extending this opportunity, which you always do. You're so supportive, and I can't thank you enough for that. Thank the readers because they're the reason I keep going because I have so many what I call cheerleaders. My cheerleaders are the ones who just keep, cheering me on. So thank you so much for that. And what I love about A Sky Full of Love is that it granted me the opportunity to meet even more cheerleaders. So I'm just thankful. Thank you so much. And I do have a new book coming out next year. So get ready for The Perfect View, which will be out. No, that's not the name of the book. The name of the book is, that was the old name. The name of the book is The, the View from Upstairs. That's the new name.
Oh, she don't
Yes.
spill some tea right at the end, guys, about her new book coming
Mhm.
out next year as well. Lorna, thank you so much, guys. I'm Angela Anderson. This is author Lorna Lewis. Go get a copy of A Sky Full of Love. Of course, you can stay connected with me. You can follow me on Facebook, on Instagram. I do a little TikTok from time to time, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Angela Anderson's YouTube. And of course, guys, I have a new book out. Oh Lord, The Power of I Am, 21 Days of Affirming You. It is available now,
Congratulations.
so get you a copy of that. And of course, get a copy of A Sky Full of
Yes.
Love by Lorna Lewis. I love that. I love that. Guys, as we always say, have an amazing day because you're having an amazing day. And until next time, we'll see you guys later. Get a copy of A Sky Full of Love. Bye bye.
Bye.